Good evening, everyone. Welcome to 21 Day Spiritual Fitness Challenge from Brahmakumari's Silicon Valley. I'm Meghna, your host for this week. A warm and cordial welcome to all of you. Today is day 4, and we've been talking about anger and also doing live meditation. So let's start off with a short meditation. Please join me. Let's deepen our breath. Exhale and inhale. With every breath out, let go of home, work, people, past. Just for few minutes, let it all go. It's time to be with the most precious being, I, the Spirit. In the journey of life, unknowingly or knowingly, I have neglected myself. So let's spend few minutes in knowing ourselves, valuing ourselves, and appreciating ourselves. I am a being that is filled with peace, love, and happiness. Everything that I was looking externally is already within me. I am unique, special, and divine. I am here to perform magic because I am the most elevated creation of the universe. Warm welcome to everyone one more time. Let me just share my screen and we'll spend few minutes excuse me, talking about anger. So just a quick kind of revision. We were talking about the damages from anger yesterday, like how it is a very uncomfortable emotion that strains our relationships. It also puts the others down and causes us to repent a lot later. It affects every cell of the body negatively. This we can check with any doctor. Nobody will recommend that we should um, get angry and because that's good for our health. It is indeed a very violent emotion, and nobody would want to hang out with a person who gets very angry. And yes, it drains our spiritual and physical energy. And a person that cannot think straight, very hard for them to make good decisions. Now, we also talked about things that sustains anger, where we blame it on others, that I am not getting angry, somebody else is causing this anger in me, or I can't do anything, I'm helpless, this anger has been given to me, it's in my blood, it's in my gene, it's in my this. Basically, as long as we are creating excuses or we are blaming someone else for it, then, or we think anger is essential, is useful, then anger will stay in us. It's very important to ask ourselves some pointed questions. Something that is so damaging for relationships, for my health, for my emotional well being, for my spiritual energy. What good can it bring? Something that is beneficial, right? It can't be like, okay, here it is good, but everywhere else it is bad. So we need to ask ourselves more pointed questions. Now, today's thing, we wanted to start talking about, getting angry with yourself. Now, so far we've been talking about the root cause of anger, what are the damages of anger, how this emotion can never be ever helpful, and how it grows. Today we'll focus on anger at the self, which is nothing but guilt. And as you can see, this particular person here is literally, hitting themselves non-stop. One mistake, and maybe that mistake was done 10 years back, but to date, this person continues to hit themselves for that mistake. So, generally, suppose we don't like someone. There is one person that we can't stand, their personality we can't stand. We literally get angry in front of them. We have a choice. Even our close relative, someone who's at home also, we don't need to be with them 24 by 7. At least sometime we can be away from them, right? But suppose I hate my own self. I can't stand myself. I only remember all the mistakes I have done. Then how do I live with myself? 24 by 7, I am with myself, right? And if I hate myself, if I'm mad at myself, if I think I am not good enough, then how do I live with myself? And then what do people start doing when they can't cope up? They start exposing themselves to all kinds of external distractions, non-stop TV watching, phone usage, chit chatting, drinking, all kinds of external supports, so that I don't have to live with myself even a single minute. And, literally, it's like this picture. You already made the mistake. There is a wound of it. Now you're repeatedly hitting that wound. You did it. It's literally like opening the wound and hitting it again and again. And we think this will help me in not making the same mistake again. We have to ask ourselves, when I am getting angry at myself, suppose I made a dumb mistake. I did something really dumb. And that dumb could be in an email, I made some grammatical mistakes. Or in an email, I said something which was actually very foolish. I should have known. Suppose I made that mistake. And I later realized, now I'm attacking myself constantly, saying, oh my gosh, there couldn't be anybody more foolish than you. You are dumb, you are stupid. Suppose I'm saying this non-stop to myself. Every time, in every few days, I continue to do it. And suppose I do it for multiple years. Now, every time I am doing this, am I boosting my self-esteem or am I bringing it down? It cannot help, right? It brings our confidence down. If I'm calling myself foolish, dumb, sometimes we just copy what everybody's doing and we use all kinds of convoluted logics. So it's important to challenge our logic. Something that is taking away my confidence, how can that help me in preventing from making that same mistake again? I'm calling myself Meghna. Meghna, you are foolish. You will never change. You will make this dumb mistake again and again. I'm giving myself this signal day in, day out. And now this is the input I gave. You are silly, you are foolish, you will make the mistake. This is the signal I'm giving, input. And output I'm expecting Meghna to not make any mistake ever again. Is it possible? Whatever I am giving in, isn't it the same thing that is going to come out? If I signal myself to be a dumb, foolish, silly person, guess what? Only silly, dumb mistakes, output will be that only. So, this convoluted logic that scold yourself, hit yourself, take away every confidence, love. Don't love yourself. You made a mistake. You have no right to love yourself. Punish yourself. Take away the power. And now, a person who's, first of all, a person made a mistake most likely because they were weak. They didn't know better. Now, after that, we are punishing this person, getting mad at them, yelling at them, making them even more weaker. And now we are hoping this weaker person will not make any more mistakes. So it's really a very convoluted logic that only when I'm angry with myself, when I butcher myself 24 by 7, that is the only way I will not make that same mistake again. We have to ask ourselves this question, is this really right? One other thing is, a person who is not forgiven themselves can never forgive others. This lady, helpless lady, who wants to be saved, who wants to look good, but she can't because she herself is pulling herself down. She wants to get some esteem, she wants to look good, she wants to correct her mistake. But what is she doing? She's constantly bringing her confidence down by creating guilt. So she's actually drowning. She's not coming out. Now, in our journey of life, each one of us has many specialities, but there are some areas which we have either not explored or we are little weak in it. Now, does it mean we should never try those weak areas at all? Or we should never venture into something new at all? But, or maybe we are saying, yes, we should venture into new, but we should not make any mistake. Now we should ask ourselves, is it possible without making any mistakes, I can reach my perfection? I'm trying something out new. And can I reach my highest perfect stage in that talent, in that skill, without taking the trail of mistakes? So, mistake, I mean, okay, some problem, some issue, some area of opportunity, don't we have to maybe fall few times before we learn how to walk? This is true for a baby, for a toddler, we all know it. They have to fall, learning cycle, everything. But there is a good in it. As long as I don't give up trying, I am not a failure. Guilt says don't even try after a while because, hey, you're not capable. You will make the same mistake again. Don't even try. So, really, highly recommend you all, if any one of you is affected by this. I was heavily affected. In fact, even coming at Brahma Kumaris for almost 3 years, I was very heavily affected. I didn't even realize it's such a subtle thing. People who are perfectionist, who are very high superiority complex kind of people, they have lot of guilt, maybe even low inferiority complex, even they have lot of guilt. So we have to check, how do I talk to myself, how do I address myself and change it as needed. Let's practice this vitamin that we discussed in meditation. Let me look at my life. with full honesty. Yes, there's been a lot of beauty, lot of learnings, specialities, strengths, just like the rainbow. I have many colors of strengths, qualities, achievements, accomplishments. But there are certain grey clouds, some mistakes that I made in the past. Everybody deserves to be forgiven. God is loved by all because He is the ocean of forgiveness. And I am a being full of love. Love, kindness, and forgiveness is what makes me comfortable. It makes my heart expand with joy, bliss. I cannot hold toxins like guilt in my heart. I am a beautiful being and I have the ability to learn, improve, and grow. Grow out of my mistakes. Every being has many specialities and few weaknesses. But with love and hope, I am able to come out of it. I choose to maintain faith in myself. Then the next point that comes up with guilt. Suppose I made a mistake. Am I not supposed to correct my mistake? Am I not accountable for it? Do I just forget it and just forgive myself? Yes, we are not asking ourselves to be careless, where you say, oh, to err is human. Who doesn't make a mistake? So what, I made a mistake. You made even more bigger mistake than me. We are not talking that either. Yes, carelessness is worse, where I don't care at all. What we are talking about is, yes, if suppose my mistake caused someone to be very hurt, then yes, if it is appropriate, I should go and apologize. And if others don't forgive, we can still forgive ourselves. And for me, this is one of the biggest learning in this last 2-3 years, that I would be very mad at myself whenever I made a mistake. And I wouldn't even realize that how mad. It's only through meditation and keeping an eye on my mind, what thoughts is it creating, that I caught myself as to how much guilt I would create. So there was this recently one particular place where I had to talk about a topic, and after the talk, I felt I didn't do a good job. People said, it was good and everything, but me being the perfectionist and doing my own evaluation, I failed myself. And again, I was going through that guilt thing, and I caught myself and I said, Meghna, let's not go there. Let's figure out what were the problems. Let's note it down so that we do better again. Maybe we'll get one more chance. And I just said that, and just a day or two later, I think I got another chance to talk about that same thing. And I was amazed that indeed life will give you many opportunities to correct, even with the person with whom you might have hurt them. Life is so wonderful if I maintain this faith. Hey, life, you know what? I want to correct. I am accountable. I didn't know better. I made a mistake. I apologized, and please give me a chance. When we have these kind of noble feelings, the universe responds with a very positive energy, and there you'll be given another chance to correct yourself. So I had worked on myself, prepared little better, and I was so happy later when I did well. But if I had continued to attack myself, no good, you'll never prepare, you'll never do well. If this is the way I talk to myself, then I don't think I would have delivered better. I would have gone worse or did exactly the same. So, yes, if I have hurt somebody else, yes, let's see if we can apologize to them. Whether they will forgive us or not doesn't matter. But because we know the damage guilt does to us, and we know love is the energy that is needed to transform the self. What does that love mean? I maintain faith, Meghna, that you can change. Tell yourself that I maintain faith, that I'm capable of changing, getting better. And it's not just a blind and careless way of saying, yeah, I will get better, and then not do anything about it. Then it is carelessness. We left guilt, now we are moving to carelessness. We are still accountable. We sit with ourselves and ask ourselves pointed questions. What happened? Why did we make that mistake? Sometimes we might make it 2 or 3 times. I Now I have come to a stage after working on myself where I make 2 or 3 times also. I refuse to give up hope in myself. Doesn't mean I just ignore and forgive. Yes, I do forgive, but I do also keep asking myself question, what happened? Why did this mistake happen again? What can you do, Meghna, so that this doesn't happen again? And then I'm every day tracking my progress. Am I getting better? So in general, if I want to correct myself, in a particular area, I am just a caterpillar and I want to really become this beautiful butterfly, I need to lend myself this helping hand of hope, faith. Meghna, you can learn. Tell yourself you're capable of learning, improving, and that's when life throws another opportunity at you. But when you keep attacking yourself, those opportunities also start vanishing. So I feel, you know, that really, if I want to correct myself, I need to do it with lot of care, gentleness, maturity, and at the same time, responsibility. Not irresponsible, where I make a mistake and yeah, it's okay. No, taking it with full maturity, investigating it, coming with a plan to change it, apologizing if needed, but then end of the day, maintaining faith that I will come out of it. That was pretty much what we wanted to cover in guilt. We still have the forum on the video below the description. Feel free to use it to provide any feedback about the meditation, about the event, or if you have any questions related to this topic. Again, we'll make a best effort to take your feedback and make it part of this program. With that, let's do one more meditation. I'm sitting in a beautiful beach, sailing a boat, watching the sun setting and spreading its orange light all over the sky, the water, the sand. Everything is golden. I look at myself and bring up three specialities in me. Maybe it is honesty, loyalty, determination. Indeed, I am beautiful. It's not just three. I have many, many qualities. I have failed to look at myself deeply, honestly, sincerely. And I've made a superficial evaluation based on few mistakes, shortcomings. I need to maintain faith that I am capable, talented, and a powerful being. Each human being is blessed with the quality of creativity and learning. I am the most elevated creation of the universe. And I am capable of learning. I choose to be my best friend by forgiving myself for the past mistakes. I refuse to be my enemy by holding a grudge on myself. I am a wise being. I choose to be my best friend. Thank you everyone for joining us today. I'll see you again tomorrow at the same time. Hope you have a wonderful evening.